Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. And as you can see, it's Saturday morning down here at the CBD, here in the centre of Sydney, just next to Circular Quay. And we've got this beautiful grassed area all prepared for people to come down and enjoy this lovely Saturday. But unfortunately, we've got COVID happening and people are spooked, as you can expect. And it's just starting to drizzle at the moment, so I'm just going to head for cover. But welcome once again to Jim's 5am Club. And we'll go on a walk and talk today, and I'll talk to you about a book summary that I just read yesterday. And it's entitled Primary Greatness. Primary Greatness. And it's written by Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey, who I had the pleasure to go and see live in seminar back in the mid-90s it was, I think. But yeah, he was a great writer, written a number of fantastic books, and I've read all of his books, and a wonderful influence. So primary greatness. What's primary greatness all about? So what Steve Covey kicks off with in this wonderful book is that he says that there are internal qualities. There are internal qualities that we have or we can generate, which have no need of external embellishments. So a very bold statement to kick off this book. But basically what he's saying is that, people of substance, people who are centered, people who know what they stand for, don't need all the embellishments of cars, jewellery, the big boats, the toys, the postcodes, and all of those things. So let's just go down here onto jetty number 6 to get out of the elements and to continue the 5am Club. But as we said, it's Saturday. It's overcast again, another overcast day. It seems that every day in December seems to be moist, wet, inclement. Describe it as you wish. But it's a funny old summer, funny start to the summer. Last year, if you recall, we were filled of smoke and haze and heat and panic. And this summer, we've got clouds, so we don't get to see the sun at all. But it's cloudy, moist, rainy, and there's a certain level of, once again, anxiety. Community anxiety that we're feeling with COVID-19. So let's kick on again and talk a little bit more about this wonderful book. And Steve Covey says that true success can't be seen. It embodies qualities such as integrity, honour, persistence, selflessness, commitment to purpose that transcends the person. So he's basically saying that there are two aspects to each person, or to each personality. And we've got the people who are embellished with their toys, their watches, their cars, and all of the trinkets. And there are other people who are internally embellished with the qualities that we just talked about: integrity, honour, persistence, selflessness, commitment to purpose. And what he suggests is that, and this is a very important point, that this primary greatness, this substantial internal part of people is what really leads to fulfillment and inner peace. And we see it all the time, you can have the best cars, the best postcode, you can travel the world and be a jet setter, you can have the most beautiful women, one after the other, on each arm. You can have the watches, the jewellery, and the bank account to enable you to spend. But at the end of the day, it's not all that fulfilling, and you can see it. You know it. One of the greatest challenges that people face is that they become financially successful, and you think that would bring them happiness and success. That success would give them inner peace. But if anything, it just creates anxiety and angst and a sense of incompleteness that makes many of them, or make many people, turn to alcohol, to drugs, to just spending sprees, just to try and fill that emptiness. And what the author here, Steve Covey, says is we've got the primary greatness, but we've also got the self greatness, or the greatness of our external self. But what he says is that the financial security that comes with being financially successful leads to a dead end, because all the pleasures that we receive, all the pleasures that you can buy with money, are all fleeting, in his words. So that's the key points that he kicks off with, and then he goes on to unravel his discussion and his points, and he talks about affirmations, the importance of having positive affirmations, self-affirmations, and he says that they need to be expressed in the first person, present tense, and to yourself. He talks about the importance of relaxing the brain so that the brain waves slow down. So instead of operating on beta brain waves, then you start to enter into the alpha and theta brainwave energy levels, which, what he says is, once you're in that totally relaxed meditative state, then you're more receptive to the affirmations and the things that you need to do. Another big thing that Steve Covey focuses on is the importance of your mindset. And he says that we need to change our mindset from the scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. Because scarcity mindset creates anxiety, creates pain, creates competition, whereas the abundance mindset fosters collaboration, teamwork, and is more fun to operate in an environment where people are helping each other have a better life, rather than fighting and competing against each other to try and take what they see as being limited in life. But he also talks about the importance to have humility and courage. You need to be humble enough to know that you have challenges and weaknesses and areas in your life that you need to improve, but you also need the courage to be able to buckle down and get on with it and sort those things out. So you need courage and humility. And the next thing he talks about is something which I really like. He says that you need to have your values, your beliefs, and your actions in all aligned. And he said it's only when you align your values. So you need to know what your values are, you need to know what your beliefs are, and you need to be taking actions aligned to those values and beliefs in order to be seen to be congruent. Because this congruency, this alignment, so when your values are aligned to your beliefs and your actions are aligned to your beliefs and values, what Steve Covey says is that congruence, that alignment, is what gives you power, that focus, that clarity. Because by being congruent, and congruent basically means walking the talk. All right, we've heard that time and time again. Steve Covey uses a different way to describe it. So he talks about congruency, but congruency basically is walking the talk. So once you start walking the talk, then what Steve says is you start to live an authentic life. And once you live an authentic life, then the people around you sense that authenticity. They can feel that authenticity because they see the congruence. They can see that you talk your values, you talk your beliefs, but your actions also show that not only do you talk it, but you also walk it. So the other thing that he talks about, he's very, very big on this as well, is the focus on prioritization. And he says that an important rule that we all need to have in our daily activities and in our life is that importance always trumps urgency. You always focus and prioritize the things that are important over the things that are just urgent. So what he's saying is that every day we just need to go through the list of things that we want to do and identify on that list what is important, what is urgent, and of the things which are important, which is the most urgent, and that way you're able to prioritize and focus your efforts on doing the things that are going to bring you the greatest return on your investment and enable you to grow and develop and achieve your dreams. He's also a big believer of the thing sacrifice, that you need to sacrifice in order to grow and develop. And if you're not sacrificing, then you're not giving it the effort that it needs. He talks about being self-assured. Self-assured basically means that you rely upon yourself for your stroking and your confidence. You don't rely too much on other people, what other people think, say or do. You may take it as a guide, but your compass is calibrated and used by yourself as opposed to other people being in control of your life. He's also big on the word collaboration, to work with people and through people in order to achieve not only your goals, but for them to achieve their goals. And he talks about the win-win being the greatest form of return on your investment. Because if I do something and I gain, and the other person does something and they gain, and we both gain together, then that's a sustainable sort of activity. He talks about loyalty, being able to speak up for the voiceless, and he's very big on not talking about people behind their backs. Because what he's saying is that if you're in a social environment and you're talking to people and they're talking about other people, as soon as you leave that social circle, as soon as you're out of earshot, then they're going to be talking about you as well, most probably. So I guess we all need to be on notice that we should try and minimise the gossip where possible, especially the gossip which is negative. Now, if you're talking about somebody and saying good things about them, or if you're using them as an example, then that is probably good. But if you're talking about somebody behind their back and you're ripping into them and being malicious, then that's not a good culture to have, and it's something which should set the alarm bells ringing, because the people who talk about other people will be talking about you when you're not around as well. So the bottom line is that you need to be able to speak up for the voiceless, and if you've got people talking about other people, support them, talk about them. Support the person who's not there to support themselves is the bottom line. So the last thing he talks about is the importance of self-care, making sure that you are the primary person looking after yourself and not outsourcing that to parents, grandparents, partner, or anybody else. And the areas of self-care that we need to focus on are the mental, physical and social aspects of our lives. And he said that it's important to understand that all of this is connected. All of these areas, your mental, physical and social circles, your mental, physical and social health, it's all connected as one. It's all holistic, and one bounces off the other. So if you need to look at all three and work on all three at the same time in order to maintain the appropriate health to be able to live a good life at the end of the day. Anyway, I think that's it for now in terms of this book, Primary Greatness, from Steve Covey. And I'll finish up with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel great. And to my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and give a consideration to some of these points that came out of Steve Covey's book, Primary Greatness. And I guess the key point, I guess, that I got from this book is the importance of staying focused on your goals, and to make sure that you are the voice for the voiceless, and don't spend too much time talking about other people unless that talk is empowering talk, which is used to support what they're doing to other people, and use them as an example of what can be done. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me on Jim's 5am Club. I'll pop up again tomorrow from a different location with a different topic, and we'll see where it leads us. So once again, thank you for joining me, and just trying to see here if there's anything else, but I think that's it for me. That's it for me today on this misty day here in Sydney. And I've just noticed that the flags on the Harbour Bridge are flying at half-mast for some reason. And I guess we'll probably find out that reason throughout the day. But by the looks of it, somebody has passed away. Somebody who may have been a government minister. But we'll find out. Because I did hear from Newington College that one of the old boys, who was a deputy New South Wales minister, I think it was a deputy premier, I've forgotten what his name was, but he passed away during the week, so that may be in recognition of his efforts, but we'll soon find out. Take care, Yassas, I love you. Pilaki from Jim's 5am Club, and we'll chat again. Bye.